Hello, welcome to the Word Café podcast. This podcast has been designed with curated content that centers on the power of words. Can we really do anything without speaking? Can we really do anything without the agency of words? Yes, that is what this podcast is all about. And I am your host, Amakri Isobwe, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. I trade in words to profit my world. Good evening, everybody. Good to be here again. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good everything, wherever you are joining from. Yes, we are here again on the Word Café live show. You know, we just come in here to lean on one another, share moments, times, and what have you. How are you doing? How has your day been? Mine has been wonderful. Today I have somebody I admire so much, in the studio with me. Yes. What do we call her? The queen of talk? The lady in green? Oh, she has made talk enjoyable, Her name is Joyce Daniels. Where is she? You're wondering, you're imagining. Don't worry. You know how we do it. She's around somewhere. I'll bring her in shortly. I tell you, no dull moments with Joyce Daniels. She makes talk enjoyable. Yes. Where is she now? I'm going to bring her in now. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, look at that there. She's here with us. Hi, Joyce. How are you?
Hi, Amakri. I'm very well. Thank you for having me today. It's such a joy.
It's my pleasure having you here. Before I came on set, I was just telling myself, how long have you known Joyce? I can't put a time to it, but all I know is I've known her forever, all the way from school. And I've known her to be one person. She has not changed. Rather, I see this progression. She likes talking. And she's made something out of it. Welcome to the Word Café live show. Oh, let us meet you. Who is Joyce Daniels? Let's get to meet you. Who is Joyce Daniels?
Joyce Daniels. Who is she? Good question. Sometimes I ask, but I think the answer remains the same. She's a lively, fun-loving, life-loving, God-loving girl who just really wants to live her best life. She wants, well done, good and faithful servant. She wants it. She wants that accolade at the end of the day. She wants that accolade. She wants to get to the final destination and know that she did her best with the journey. She wants that with all her life. She also wants to be a fantastic role model to her son, worthy of emulation, her son and other young people. And she lives for being a part of the change that Nigeria needs, a solution provider, not a part of the problem to be solved. So over the years, let me speak in first person now. Over the years, I decided to stick with my desire, my joy, my happiness, because I believed and I still believe that we can get all the things we want done and still be happy if we make those choices. So I chose to follow a career path that I'm very happy with, which was hinged on speaking. I've been speaking as an event moderator for almost 14 years professionally. It has taken me everywhere across the country. I've met all sorts of people, work for fantastic organizations, and it has gotten me some good money too. And then I have also decided to give more attention to that itch in my heart that I had, especially when I see people exhibit living less than their best because they lack confidence or courage. So I decided to also close that gap by teaching people about mindset reengineering, building confidence, building courage. And of course, finally, I am a nation builder at heart. Everything I do has to come back to benefiting Nigeria. So I'm about reengineering mindsets for reengineering a better society. That's Joyce Daniels.
How did you come about all of this? Because I know the Joyce Daniels, yes, she likes talking. She studied anatomy in school, and it's like anatomy talking. How did you discover all this? How did you come about all this?
I chose.
Okay.
I chose to follow that thing that had been there, even though I didn't know it could be a full-time profession. So the first time I held a mic on stage as a master of ceremonies, I was 10. I was in JS1. It was the First Lady's Children's Concert in Abuja, 1992. And after that, I'd held the mic on stage as master of ceremonies, event moderator for several events in school, church, and other socials, people's birthdays, graduations, church programs, and even weddings. Until that fateful day in November 2007, when I decided to stick with this as my profession. Did I have it all figured out? No. I just knew I was going to enjoy the ride. I was going to do what was making me happy. And I already knew then that there were people doing this and making a lot of money. So I knew there was money in it if I would just stay focused. So I chose. I simply just decided to stay here and do this. I chose.
Wonderful. Now, I keep hearing this word as you're talking, intentional. As in, you are intentional. You chose. You didn't just fall into it, so to say. Even if you discovered something, but you chose to dwell on it, and you were not driven by the money, so to say, but driven by the passion to live. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are right. By the passion to live, to be, by the passion for prosperity. History books, social studies books, civic education books don't talk a lot about the richest people in society. No, they talk about those who followed a dream, whether they made money along the way or not. But they followed the dream, they followed the path. I want that posterity, that story that comes with posterity, that she was here, she did this, and she was able to enable other people.
Awesome.
I'm intentional.
Following the dream, following the path, not necessarily following the money, so to say. And you get to that point, there's a reward for pursuit of purpose, so to say. Now, lately, I've been seeing you do what I call you called it initially social engineering. I see these videos you do out there. You talk about Nigeria and where we have been. I think the particular one I saw was talking about NTA, when there was a time all we had was just NTA, and now we have so many of them to choose from. Now, what is it with you and social engineering? I think it's a new niche you just discovered and you're growing it, so to say, this period. What is it with you and social engineering?
It's that itch again. So it's about evolving to be more than an event host MC, more than an event host moderator, but somebody who is more intentional about re-engineering society. Now, there are many of us nation builders, so many. I am one who is trying to add my voice, lend my voice. And just as with my MC business, that I knew that there were many people like me who wanted to speak but didn't know how to go about it. So I decided to name myself Master of Ceremonies, event host MC, professional compare. So that people had the guts to put a name to that thing that they do. Because some of them would just say, me, I know I can do this MC thing. I can just, I'm into MC. What is the meaning of into MC? No, I'm a professional master of ceremonies. So I gave people that the power to own. Same way, I want to give people like me power to own something and give it a name, call it something. So right now, if you check online, there is nothing really like social engineering practitioner per se. We're creating it because we put all the words together and it's what we do. So what's the word? We would use it and let the name proliferate so much until all the dictionaries pick it up. And when a child of 6 years old, one day you ask her what she wants to be when she grows up, and she says, I want to be a social engineering practitioner. So we're on this until we get that result. The social engineering practitioner.
Now, they say talk is cheap.
Is to transform minds of people, to transform society. As simple as that. That's our job. Simple.
Okay. When you hear the word engineering, what comes to your mind is one mechanical or technological, but not knowing. Losing sight of the fact that it's simple, just doing things over and over, and you create a pattern to it, and all of a sudden it takes form. Now they say talk is cheap, but you have debunked that myth. Talk is not cheap. Talk is very expensive.
Oh yeah.
So tell us put a price to talk.
Subjective. Talk will depend on who's talking, what is being said, where this person is saying it, who he or she is speaking to, why they're speaking, how long they've been speaking, who knows them, and all. Those are factors to consider. I would call them the 5 W's and H, the almighty formula to life, and of course, how you speak. But to put an average price tag in the Nigerian space to speaking here and now, putting all the current economic situations into perspective. If you want to speak for an hour on a virtual platform, you can very easily command 100,000 naira, and that's being modest. Now, not everybody can even command that, but there are some who will command multiples of that. But I say to a lot of people recently who have been asking, if you can put a price tag of 100,000 naira on 1 hour, that's a very good place to be. So we'll start looking for many more hours to speak. If you can speak 6 hours a week at that price, you're good.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, nerds. Come listen to the History Nerds United podcast, and let's make history fun again. We interview today's best authors, whether they are established Pulitzer Prize winners or someone debuting their first book. Let us show you that history is not a boring class you took in high school, but a place where the best stories come from. And we don't just cover history. We also love to chat about true crime, biographies, memoirs, and so much more. So head on over to History Nerds United and let us introduce you to your new favorite book and learn the story behind the story.
History Nerds United.
Now, following you all for this number of years, I've come to say that speaking is an art. It's not what you just wake up. Even if you have the talent, you have the passion, whatever, you need to learn the art. Larry Zager, we call him the king of talk, Larry King. I read one of his books growing up in school. He said he did not turn down any invitation to speak, as in wherever you called him, he went. He would just respond and all that. And all over the years, he now built something out of that art. A lot of us just jump into speaking. What do you have to say as in to advise young, aspiring speakers who want to grow in the business of talk?
Do as Larry King did. Copy and paste for copyright. Speak at platforms everywhere, and then observe what you did right for reinforcement, and be humble enough to receive feed forward for what to tweak to do better next time. And of course, by all means, make the investment. Pay to learn. There's some things you will never learn by observation nor by experience. Yes, they say experience is the best teacher, depending on what experience you have. But there are things you will attend a training and you will have several aha moments like, oh, wow, I never knew that. And you will not have figured it out on your own. So make the investment in yourself. See yourself worthy, deserving to to invest in yourself, to learn from experts, learn from those who've gone ahead of you. There is no end to learning. And of course, the more you know and apply, the better you will be. So give it practice. The surgeon does not become a surgeon by reading textbooks only. The surgeon will also practice. The surgeon has to show up at practicals. So consider yourself a surgeon or an engineer, an architect. We need the book knowledge and then the practice. So study and then do like Larry King. Show up and practice. Which in my case, I will say is what happened for me between age 10 and age 25, where between age 10 and 25, 15 years, I was speaking at all sorts of events, from school to church to social. It was not a career yet, but I had all those platforms to practice and to gain some level of experience and comfort with the stage. Be intentional about getting that experience.
So more or less, Joyce Daniels did not just happen. She's been on a journey, because from what just between 10 and 25, wow, that's like so much. And now we just look at her when she's talking with ease and doing what she's doing, and it's like awesome. Now, I know you are into the training of young speakers. Yes. TALKADEMY, I think that's the name of your program. The other day I saw you with your young graduates, and they were all, shouting and all taking pictures. Can you tell us about your TALKADEMY? Let's know more about your TALKADEMY.
TALKADEMY was founded in 2014 specifically for masters of ceremonies like myself. I had intended to start up training when I turned 5 officially on the job as an event host MC, but I didn't have the courage to. So I waited till I turned 7. So that was 2014. Because I knew, and I still know, that there are many people who can do what I do, but just need to know exactly what to do and how to do it. So I decided to put into curriculum all my learnings, all my knowledge, and of course, all that I knew will equip other people to become better event host MCs. Specifically, not just general public speaking, but for event host MCs. TALKADEMY now is merging with another training school for MCs called the MC Company, because I want to give more attention to my social engineering practice. So I'm merging with the MC Company so that we will let somebody else take the lead in the training of MCs. The MC Company has also been training for several years, and they've had good traction. And of course, their brand is easier to understand. Once you hear the MC Company, you know what they stand for. When you hear TALKADEMY, people wonder, what's TALKADEMY? What's about? It's for every reason possible, we're going to blend with them, merge with them. We've thankfully been able to train over 1,000 MCs across Africa. So our curriculum has been vision. We teach about the vision of an event host MC, because we don't want you to go in blind. We want you to have a long-term vision that you can stand on and run with. Then we teach about diction, elocution, that we do in partnership with professionals in that space. I mean, I still have a diction coach, an elocution coach who I call on from time to time. Then we now talk about the dynamics of MCing, where all the details about relating with your client, relating with your audience, relating with other vendors, all the details about what you do on stage, before stage, post stage, all those details and the dynamics. That's the core business of an MC. And then we talk about passion for profit, how to make money, how to negotiate, what your corporate governance should be like. Do you need a website? Should you have business cards? All those finer details that include branding, that's in the corporate image space. So that by the time you finish attending the program, you're well-rounded to own your skill as a business. That's what TALKADEMY has offered so far.
That's one thing that we, in this part of the world, we've been grappling with, the business aspect of living.
Yes.
We just do things. So like, we have a program. Who do we call? I call Joyce now. Just call her. She will come talk for us now. We just make it sound look. And it's like, hello, do you know that it's business? I know, Joyce, maybe she will they walk up and die. If I go and call her, she will come and
call her, Joyce.
No, actually, no. It is business. And I like what you have just presented here, that aspect, of our lives or our living, bringing meaning to it, not just throwing it carelessly out there. You need to practice, you need to do certain things, put them in place,
Yes.
And honestly, I've been following, I've been, on social media, I see, one or two things you do, and I am impressed. I must say that I am impressed. Thank you for what you're doing. Now,
thank you so much.
What do you have to say to those of us out there who feel that nobody is here to help me? Because I know somewhere along the line you had help because you asked for it. But we have a good number of us out there who just feel like nobody's here to help me. What do you have to say to them in this line of business and others now?
I would paint a picture first. Please allow me. If you're driving on the road and you see, or you're going along the road and you see a car that looks broken down, but the owner of the vehicle is sitting inside the vehicle with all the windows up and it's raining, you walk past that person or you drive past that person. And then not too long down the road, you see somebody else with another car that looks broken down, but that person is under the rain trying to change the tire. Who are you more likely to help? The one that was sitting inside the car or the one that was under the rain trying to fix the tire?
Obviously, under the rain.
People want to help people that they see making a move, making an attempt.
Word.
We are drawn to helping people who are trying to help themselves, in quotes. Yes, before somebody will say, Bible says heaven helps those who help themselves. It's not written there. But we understand the context that even God will send you more help when you have shown yourself wanting to be on a path. And of course, we have several examples like David, like Joseph, like Daniel, who made a move, and then the man in the fire or the stone showed up to help, but they made a move. So to people who are looking for help, I always say, become by yourself. Look, it's not cheap, but it is doable. Make yourself irresistible. Make yourself attractive to be helped.
Whoa.
See this pack of peanuts here, groundnuts, these boiled groundnuts that we see on the road. Yeah. I was walking by in the airport in Abuja, heading to the taxi, when this young boy, I had seen him, but I had no intention whatsoever to buy his groundnuts. And he just raised his head and said, "Oh, auntie, I love your dress. You look so lovely. Please, God, may God give you good luck." Makri, I turned around and I said, "Bring the groundnuts. How much?" I knew I looked lovely, but he got my attention. And he was not the only person there. There were about 4 or 5 of them. He was the only one who said something that attracted me. He made himself noticeable. I bought this thing. It's exactly a week today. I still have it. I've used this message. I've taught this message to myself, reminding myself, Joyce, are you making yourself attractive to people? I've used it to teach. It's a week I bought this thing. It made such an impression on me. I say, yes, this is it. This is the life. You make yourself noticed. I'm just coming from a meeting today where a very big international company called me to say, we have watched you and we've seen what you've done and would like you to champion this cause for us. Makri, without mincing words, by the time we take up that project, I should earn comfortably several $1,000s every month from this project. But you see, it is because They found me. No, they found. Yeah, come on. They found me attractive. When I recorded those very first set of social engineering videos, Macri, I recorded those videos right inside this bedroom of mine, right here. I put up my green screen here, got my videographer right here in my bedroom. I paid that boy from my money, not company money. It was personal funds. And it cost a lot because it was green screen technology. You know, they called, I thought it was going to be the regular amount of money I paid for producing other videos. It was like ×3. But I paid. And I paid for 4, 5, 6 videos. Now, one of those videos got me the attention that this organization has now used to call me.
Yeah.
The point remains, if you are not making any move, nobody will be invited to help. That's just the reality. I will also flip the coin and say, until you get help, make sure you help yourself. And then when you see opportunity to ask for help, be specific about what kind of help and what the person you are asking for help stands to benefit. If they see something they can benefit, they are more likely to help you than if it is only you that will benefit. There are a few times I asked for help. I asked one of my mentors, I have very few. I asked her to make an introduction for me. I said, Ma, please introduce me to this set of people and please tell them that I am your mentee. What it will do for you is they will also see you as that woman in society who is raising other young women to debunk this talk that women don't help women.
Help them.
Or to promote the talk of women helping women. So you see, I spoke from her point of interest and she was like, you are right. And she made that introduction and she has continued to make the introductions. But I asked and I told her what she stood to gain. Before you ask, please ask. Please check. What does this person stand to gain by helping me? And until you find it, I may say wait and keep refining and rinsing it until you get it. There's help everywhere. That's the truth.
But you must ask for it.
We must ask for it and we must
by putting yourself forward. Exactly.
That's it.
No, I remember when I was writing my first book, guys, I have to say this. I approached Joyce and I said, I'm doing this. I want a review from you. And she was so excited. Really excited. She was like, wow, I'll do it. And a couple of people who have read the book are like, do you know Joyce Daniels? I say, yes, I do. Say, really? I say, yes, I do. I say, she's a wonderful person. I say, you don't have to tell me. I know. I know. So you need to put yourself out there. You don't just sit down there, pity party. You just like, nobody wants to help me and all that. Wonderful. Guys, Joyce Daniels is a treasure to this country. Now,
thank you.
You said something earlier about Nigeria, and I have to go there.
Go there.
Yes, I have to go there. We are in this phase of our existence as a country, as a people, that a lot of us are looking for hope. We ask ourselves that question. Even as Christians, we ask, is there hope for us? Is there a future for Nigeria? What do you have to say from your standpoint, from your perspective, from the work you're doing now? Is there a hope? Is there a future for Nigeria?
I will answer from what I used to preach to myself every single day. And some days I need to preach up a storm because my mind wants to play tricks on me. 12 solid men were sent to spy the land called Canaan. And when they were sent, they were told explicitly, go and look at it. It is a land I have kept for you. They got there, but due to life, which is happening every day, Some of them got overwhelmed by the question of how will this happen? How on earth are we going to take this land? We are too small for this. These people are like giants. We are like crickets before them. We're like grasshoppers. We can offer nothing. Oh, we are finished. Only to somehow, by some grit, decided to hold on to the promise given, and they said, we will do it. I always ask this question anywhere I talk about this story. I said, please give me the names of the other 10.
We don't know them.
They are written clearly more than once in the Bible.
But we don't know them.
We can't know them because
sorry, Joyce.
Go ahead.
Joyce, sorry for cutting you there. I never thought of this. I don't know them.
But they're there. They're written more than once. In fact, they're written this person's son of that person, this person's son of. We don't know them. They were consumed by the reality of what they saw. Can we take away their reality from them? No. It's easy for us to say now because we are here. It's also a reminder that there were two who held on in spite of what they also saw. They saw the same thing. They held on. It took them 40 solid years, but they got it. This is my message to myself. Joyce, you will live to see the great Nigeria of your dreams, where we are an educated, developed, and orderly nation at par with any other developed country in the world. I'm not here working as a nation builder for my children. No. I will see it in my day. Joshua and Caleb were alive to even choose the parts of the mountains they wanted when they got into the promised land. So that's my first preaching. The second one that I used to preach to myself, and on Wednesday last week, was it Wednesday? Tuesday night last week. Okay, I bought this on Monday last week. So it was Tuesday evening. I had dinner with my older brother. And we reminded ourselves of this scripture. Though it was a vision, it was not something that happened in reality, but it was a vision to ask, can this happen? It was where Ezekiel was facing the valley of dry bones. And he said, the Lord said to me, can these dry bones live again? Ezekiel was too dumbfounded by the dryness and the vast number of bones that he couldn't even say yes. He said, you know. So if you ask me, can Nigeria live again? Yes, now I can say yes, we will. But when I'm unsure, I will say what? God knows. And I know that God knows that we can. And he asked him a few times and he kept saying, thou knowest. And he now said, now prophesy to the bones that they live.
Talk to the bones.
Talk to the bones. Now that talking for me is social engineering practice, mindset re-engineering. Let us face the positive side. Let us look at the 200 million people we have as human capital, not as people who are just the poverty capital of the world, but we are the opportunity capital of the world. Let's look at the fact that we don't have power, we don't have roads, we don't have as opportunities for development and growth and business and economics, more than the complaints of who is doing and who is not doing. At the end of the day, it's on record that in that vision, the army stood like a vast, mighty army. My takeaway from that was that no other new bones were brought from anywhere else. No fresh bones. Nigerians ourselves will build Nigeria. The same dry bones of Nigeria will build us to become a great nation as we desire. So I try to keep my eyes on what is working. Macri, there are several things that are working in this country. They might be slow, few, and far between, but we are making progress. To Sundays ago, I went out with some friends, and they were saying, oh, the consulting space in Nigeria is so bad. Compare Nigerians with the UK and US. We don't like to pay for consultants. I said, pause, stop there. Compare Nigeria in 2021 to Nigeria in 2017. Are we paying more consultants now? They say, oh, well, yes, such a comparison. Yes, we are. I said, don't compare us with the UK, they were our colonial masters. Are you okay? Who are you comparing us with? The people who taught us English? Are you all right? Then you're asking whether we're speaking English like them. English will never learn well. Right? Ask us if we are doing better today than we did yesterday. And if the answer is yes, then let's celebrate our victories. Let's celebrate our success. If we continue to spend more time and more energy celebrating our small wins, our every win, guess what? We will begin to rekindle more hope. When you hear, like it has been said from a few researchers, by people who faced wars in South Sudan and some parts of Rwanda, some people who were hungry for weeks, they didn't eat food for weeks. In fact, some people did not eat food for months. When they asked them, how come you didn't die from hunger? We always hear that hunger kills people. Do you know what they said? Many of them said, we heard that food was coming. We heard that the food had gotten to so and so place, and in a few weeks the food will get to us. So the hope of seeing that food kept us going. But some of our family members, our friends who said, I'm tired of waiting for this food, I beg, I can't wait again. They died within days from the same hunger. So was it hunger really that killed them? No, it was a lack of hope. So Amakri, my duty, your duty, our duty as nation builders is to continue to find every way to inspire hope by showing what is working and what can work. And thankfully, I've heard a number of people reach out to me to say, I heard you talk about this, I heard you talk about that, and you rekindled hope because you've shown me a different perspective. That's my duty. So to answer that question point blank, is there hope and can we generate hope? My answer is an unequivocal yes. We just need to be intentional about this hope. Hope that makes not ashamed.
Guys, I told you, she makes talk.
My network has been going off.
I call her. I talk to the lady in green. And before we draw the curtain here, I want her to talk about, I want her to talk about that green. She's always, I've never known her to be wearing green anyway, but when she started this business, always green. Whatever she wears, be it red, be it black, be it white, there's always a touch of green. Why green, Joyce? Why green?
It's green, white, green. 70% green, 30% white. For love of country, for a reminder of what my life's purpose is, to be a part of the growth, development, education, and order of our country, Nigeria, as a reminder that if my creator, the grand overall designer, God, G-O-D, needed me in another physical space, geographical location, he had the power to put me there. That he put me here, I have taken it upon myself to say, it was for such a time as this, for the development of the land. So I wear green to remind me of my purpose, what I stand for, what I live for, what I believe I was made for. Initially, that was the only reason. But then I started to hear people say things like, your brand. And then it made sense. It's nice for branding. It's hard. And of course, might I add that it has created an identity that has helped me. It saves me thinking too much about what to wear, what not to wear. I know I'm wearing green, so I'm not thinking far. It has also given me an identity. I'm very easy to spot at places. People see me walking in like, oh, I know you there, Joyce Daniels. Oh, you. Don't I like that? I like it. It's good for something. It's good. It adds to where we are going. It adds to recognizability. So all to win and nothing to lose. For love of country.
Guys, I am so grateful. Joyce, thank you for this moment. You've come to share with us on the Word Café live show. Guys, we've been talking with the Queen of Talk, Joyce Daniels. She is a social engineer, mind engineer, mindset engineer. Just put it together. Anything that has to do with that sphere, I mean, that's her thing. You know, I am so grateful. Thank you. Please don't say no when we call on you again to come on the show.
No, we will say yes.
To celebrate those successes and victories, you know. I wish you well. I wish you well in your endeavors. I wish you well. Yes, you have been listening to Amakri Isoboye, your neighborhood word trader. Yes, I have a colleague in that business. I believe in the power of words. Why? Because it is the unit of creation. Till I come your way again. Don't lose hope. Nigeria will be better.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Bye, Joyce.
Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Bye. Awesome time it has been with you on the Word Café podcast today. Thank you for being there. You can catch me up on my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all at Amakri Isoboye. Also, you can get copies of my books, A Cocktail of Words, The Color of Words, and my HRO notebook on Amazon and on Roving Heights online bookstores. You can also subscribe to my YouTube page at the same address. Yes, till we see you again. Bye for now.